They were declared extinct, gone forever. But shocking new footage and eyewitness reports from Australia tell a very different story. From giant lizards to swamp-dwelling nightmares, these creatures refuse to stay buried. Tonight, we're counting down 7 terrifying extinct animals found alive, and number 7 will leave you speechless. The Tasmanian tiger, or thylacine, was declared extinct in 1936 after the last known specimen died in captivity. But for decades, rumors and eyewitness reports have refused to die. And in 2024, things reached a boiling point when thermal drone footage captured a striped, dog-like animal prowling through Tasmania's dense forests. Wildlife expert Dr. Sarah Mitchell analyzed the footage and said, "The gait, the long, stiff tail, and the markings do not fit any known predator in Australia today. Everything about it is consistent with the thylacine." But just as the video started to go viral, officials downplayed it, calling the animal a misidentified fox. Even stranger, the government refused to release the full, unedited footage. That fueled speculation of a cover-up. Why hide proof of an animal's survival unless industries like logging and mining would be disrupted by stricter conservation laws? Local farmers swear they've seen it. Their chickens and sheep have been taken by a predator they can't identify. One farmer described it as a dog that isn't a dog, striped, silent, and fast. Hikers even report hearing a strange cough-like bark, a call known only from old thylacine recordings. If the thylacine still walks the earth, it's more than just a rediscovery. It's proof extinction isn't always permanent. But before you jump to conclusions, this is only the beginning. If you think this one is real, smash that like button, because the next animal proves that impossible comebacks are happening right now. Sometimes extinction announcements are wrong, and Gilbert's potoroo is living proof. This small, rabbit-sized marsupial was thought extinct for more than 120 years. No sightings, no evidence, nothing. Scientists were sure it was gone forever. Then in 1994, a tiny colony was rediscovered in Western Australia. The shock was so great that researchers called it a miracle of survival. But the story didn't end there. In 2024, rare new breeding footage was leaked from a conservation sanctuary showing baby potoroos hopping out of their mother's pouches for the first time in decades. For conservationists, this moment was emotional. Dr. Angela Sanders said, "When we saw new young potoroos, we realized this species wasn't just surviving, it was fighting to make a comeback." But here's the chilling part. If a creature this small and fragile could go undetected for more than a century, what about massive predators? Could they be hiding in Australia's endless wilderness too? Gilbert's potoroo forces us to ask the question, how many extinct species are really just waiting in the shadows? That was number 6 on our list, but 6 more shocking revelations are coming. And the next one? It's not small and fragile, it's a dragon-sized killer. Long before modern reptiles, Australia was home to Megalania, a giant lizard reaching up to 20 feet long. Think of a Komodo dragon, then double it in size. Officially, it vanished tens of thousands of years ago. But Aboriginal testimonies tell a different story. For generations, elders have passed down tales of a monster lizard stalking rivers and forests, leaving behind tracks too massive for any known animal. Fast forward to 2024, when a group of explorers in Queensland uncovered cave drawings depicting what looked like Megalania hunting kangaroos. Even stranger, large claw marks were found etched deep into cave walls, fresh enough to suggest they weren't ancient. One eyewitness, a rancher, described seeing a scaled beast crossing a dirt road at night, its body longer than his truck. He said, "It moved slow, but the weight of it shook the ground. I'll never forget the sound of its claws scraping." Experts argue these could just be oversized monitor lizards, but when you consider the size and weight reported, the theory doesn't hold up. Could Megalania still lurk in Australia's remote outback, hidden in the endless bushland where few humans ever go? Imagine encountering a 20-foot predator with venomous saliva, capable of crushing bones in a single bite. If the thylacine is unsettling, Megalania is the stuff of nightmares. And yet, it may not even be the most shocking creature on this list. Because next, we're looking at a giant wombat that makes modern kangaroos look tiny. Diprotodon was the largest marsupial to ever live, often described as a giant wombat. Standing taller than a man and weighing over 2 tons, it once roamed across Australia. Officially, it went extinct about 46,000 years ago. But ask ranchers in Queensland, and they'll tell you something else. Several farmers have reported seeing massive, wombat-like animals roaming the plains at night. One described it as a wombat the size of a car, moving silently across the field. When fossil hunters compared fresh tracks with Diprotodon fossils, the similarities were undeniable. Cryptozoologists who investigated say that if small marsupials like Gilbert's potoroo can hide for centuries, a nocturnal giant could remain concealed in Australia's vast, unexplored terrain. Imagine standing face to face with a wombat bigger than a buffalo. It may sound unbelievable, but if the reports are true, Diprotodon is more than a fossil, it's alive and well. And if giant wombats can return, wait until you hear about the next creature, an extinct terror bird that could still be hunting. Australia once had a predator known as Bullacornis, nicknamed the Demon Duck of Doom. Standing nearly 8 feet tall, it was a flightless bird with a skull built for crushing. Fossils show it could kill with one bite. Supposedly extinct for 15 million years, new evidence suggests otherwise. In 2024, hikers discovered unusually large bird bones in a swamp, far fresher than they should have been. Local Aboriginal legends also speak of giant birds attacking villages, carrying off livestock, and leaving deep beak-shaped wounds. Some researchers now link modern cassowary attacks, already among the most dangerous bird encounters on Earth, to traits Bullacornis once had. If its descendant still roams the forests, the cassowary's aggression may just be a shadow of the true terror bird. Experts are divided, but the possibility of a giant bird predator surviving in Australia's untamed wetlands is chilling. And yet, the next creature is even deadlier, because this one had the strength and claws of a lion. Meet Thylacoleo, the marsupial lion. Unlike any predator alive today, it combined the power of a lion with the agility of a marsupial. Fossils reveal retractable claws, bone-crushing jaws, and a hunting style that left no escape. Officially, it went extinct 46,000 years ago, but fresh evidence suggests otherwise. Ancient cave art in northern Australia clearly depicts a predator with lion-like features, pouch markings, and massive claws. Even more unsettling, recent explorers discovered claw marks carved deep into eucalyptus trees, fresh enough that they couldn't be thousands of years old. Cryptozoologists argue that these marks don't match any known predator, and if Thylacoleo still prowls, it would make it one of the deadliest hunters alive today. Government officials dismiss these findings, but conspiracy theorists claim the truth is being hidden to prevent panic. Would you survive a marsupial lion encounter? Honestly, most of us wouldn't. And yet, the scariest creature of all is still to come. Australia's most feared swamp monster, the one locals whisper about but scientists dismiss as myth. For centuries, Aboriginal stories have warned of the bunyip, a nightmarish creature said to lurk in swamps, rivers, and billabongs. Descriptions vary. Some call it reptilian, others describe tusks and a terrifying roar. Scientists dismiss it as myth, but in 2024, multiple eyewitnesses reported seeing a massive creature surfacing in a New South Wales swamp. One man described it as a beast with the head of a dog and the body of a seal, staring with glowing eyes before vanishing underwater. A leaked video shows ripples spreading across the water, yet officials quickly called it a hoax. Could the bunyip be a surviving relic of Australia's prehistoric past? Or is it something science has yet to classify? The mystery only deepens when you realize this creature has been feared for thousands of years. These discoveries prove that extinction isn't always the end. From the Tasmanian tiger to the bunyip, Australia's wilderness may still hide creatures we thought were lost forever. So which one would you least want to meet in the wild? Drop your answer in the comments. I reply to every single one. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, because next week I'm exposing secret government footage they don't want you to see. Until then, remember, sometimes the past isn't gone, it's just hiding.